Mr. Duan Wu, if I remember, is ninong po ni Miss Ong. Is that correct, Miss Ong?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
And admittedly, si Mr. Duan Wu, kilala rin po ni Miss Guo. Is that correct, Miss Guo?
Your Honor, nakilala ko po siya through Cassy.
Through Cassy, allegedly. You met Cassy through the boyfriend na hindi niya nga mabanggit kung anong school or anong birthday. But admittedly, you know si Mr. Duan Wu, who you were seen together abroad when you escaped the Philippines. Is that correct, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, na-met ko po siya nung sinama po ni Cassy sa amin.
Oh, pero kasama po ninyo abroad. Indonesia po ba yan or Malaysia?
Hindi po kasama, na-met ko lang po siya dahil sinama po ni Cassy.
Tayo doon. And Mr. Duan Wu and Mr. Jiang Chen naman, paano mo po kilala, Miss Guo? Siya po yung nag-arrange ng hotel niyo, di ba?
Your Honor, hindi ko po kilala si Jiang Jie.
Hindi niyo po kilala. Pero in-arrange lang po yung hotel niyo.
Hindi po siya nag-arrange ng hotel namin, hindi ko po siya kilala.
Hindi niyo po kilala. Okay, we'll come back to that. So si Mr. Duan Wu and si Xiang Chen, na president of LS99, dito po natin nakikita in parallel po yung nangyayari sa kanila. And why I find it hard to believe, for example, yun, yung kwento ni Miss Ong, na kilala niya si Miss Guo through the boyfriend, di naman lang masubstantiate. And kay Miss Guo naman, although this might be hearsay for the committee, pero ako po personally, I hope you'd understand, di po ako naniniwala sa story na kayo po ay sa Tarlac from 0 to 38. Actually, Mr. Chair, can we ask the committee if naka-ready po yung photo? It was already shown before, pero yung class photo po ni Miss Guo.
Secretariat.
Miss Guo, while waiting for that po, you say you were born in 1986. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
That puts you at, how old are you now po?
38.
38. And at the time, naalala niyo po yung picture po, no, na na-present last time. But you claim na di niyo po yun...
Ano pong picture, Your
your
Honor?
right. Yung picture, class picture niyo po.
I invoke my right.
You
po.
invoked your right. Pwede mo naman sabihin na hindi ikaw yun, di ba?
Your Honor, I hope you understand, sa sobrang dami na pong kaso na nasampahan po ngayon sa court, kaya anything po na isasagot ko po dito sa inyo might use against me po.
Opo. Well, I think that's why I have a tendency not to believe you po. Kasi kung talagang hindi ikaw yan, I think you would have said that's not you. But instead, you invoked your right to self-incrimination. And why do I not believe that? I can identify two of the people behind you. Magkabatch po tayo, Ms. Guo. I know what year this was taken. And they have a description of you. Nung pumasok pa po sa Grace, napaka-thick po ng accent ninyo, Mandarin lang ang kayang salita. But you were very friendly and you were very makulit. And that's why they had a hard time to forget you, even though hanggang grade 3 ka lang daw po dun. Now I know, like I said, that's hearsay as far as the committee is concerned kasi hindi naman nandito yung may personal knowledge dun. But when I was talking to that person with personal knowledge, na-convince naman po ako. And they've identified you. In fact, if you were 38 and this picture was 2001, you would have been 13, 14 po ba? Kasing age mo naman yung mga 19, these people were born 91, 92. Ka-size mo naman po, I don't think you're that much older than them. And that's why I really don't buy that story that you were born in 1986. And I don't buy the story that this is not you. In fact, they called you Ping. Ping po yung nickname niyo dito. But anyway, that's just to prove the point po, no? But what does that say about the testimony here before us? Thank you, Comsec, for the picture. We have a Latin maxim po, no? Falsis in uno, falsis in omnibus. When it's false in one thing, it's false in everything. So this puts into light every statement that you have made. Of course, aside from the statements made regarding the right against self-incrimination. But if we're talking po about everything she said, that she was in Tarlac for 30 years, that all of her life, or the fact po that she was not the person in the Bamban resolution, this is going to be your testimony versus documentary evidence. Yung Bamban resolution number 185 series of 2020, citing you as the applicant for Hongsheng Gaming, ano po yung sagot mo doon? You said you have no recollection at all kung paano na nasama yung pangalan po ninyo. Tama po ba yan, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, all related Hongsheng, Baofu, I invoke my right against self-incrimination po.
Okay. And this proves it even more. Yung, if you can't relate to us how you relate to the rest, so then I guess the document stands po na may kinalaman po kayo sa Hong Sheng. Another thing po, you claim na walang Filipinos involved sa escape. How do we know that we can take that for granted? Kasi, yun nga, as far as we're concerned, false in one, false in all. And then of course, the allegations that 3.2 billion was transferred to Hong Sheng through the partners mentioned earlier. And it's parallel also because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Chair Dan Fernandez mentioned there was also a similar transfer going on between Mr. Duan Renwu and Ms. Cassandra Ong. So we see nga po na talagang I think may basis yung matrix, talagang parallel yung operations. And I think that's as much as we can get from them. Baofu and Hong Sheng versus Lucky South 99 and Whirlwind are two sides of the same coin. They're parallel operations held by a consistent cast of characters, and now that the Quadcom is digging deeper, we're now moving up the ladder. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get anything more from Ms. Ong and Ms. Guo, given that they have cases and they have repeatedly cited their right. They've repeatedly invoked the right against self-incrimination. So I think we have no choice but to move on with the matrix. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'd be asking my questions to Mr. Yang.
Yeah, but before that, Your Honor, let me ask the lawyer of Ms. Alice Go. Your participation here is to advise your client only of her legal rights. And please, advise her also what questions she needs to answer. If the question being asked, being propounded by a member is not related to the case that she is facing, then you have to compel her to answer. And that goes the same with other counsels present. Okay, para lang ho maliwanag, that's our ground rules. Alam naman po ninyo, kayong mga lawyers, alam nyo naman po kung ano yung makakaapekto sa kaso nila. Kaya huwag nyo silang pabayaang magtago sa likod ng right against self-incrimination. And we just want to make that clear. Please continue, Congressman Gutierrez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, before I move on, I'd like to go back. I still have two more photos with the ComSec on the issues of Ms. Ong and Ms. Guo. Committee Secretariat, may we ask for the pictures of Lucky South 99 and yung Hong Sheng to be displayed? May I ask, Mr. Chair, the PAOCC, si Dr. Casio, Mr. Chair, generally ang POGO, kailangan po ba compound talaga? If I understand correctly, meron po tayong mga POGO operations within Metro Manila, is that correct?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Gutierrez, in the past, PAGCOR allowed what was dubbed as hubs. By hubs, meaning to say different locators, different POGO operators can exist within one hub. But if I do recall, the only hubs that were ever licensed by PAGCOR were the one in Clark, San Valley, which was raided by the ACG and PAOK on May of last year. The second one was, if I am not mistaken, the one in Bamban, no? Baofu. And the last one is the last remaining hub that's winding down, yung sa, ano po, yung dito po sa Island Cove, Cavite.
So generally, Mr. Chair, ang POGO, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hub. They can operate parang BPO lang po siya. Sometimes they rent a floor lang po, tama po ba?
Yes, sir. They can rent as small a space as 300 square meters.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for clarifying. So para lang alam ng ating mga kababayan, kasi nabanggit po ng PAGCOR, meron pong 240 plus na nabanggit ng mga POGO. Baka iisip po nila lahat yun POGO hub. But it seems to be only the big operators or the POGO hubs. It's, for example, yung sa Baofu and sa Lucky South 99. Kaya nga po parang parallel because amongst all the POGOs, sila lang po yung ganito. Sila lang po yung may hub. And it seems to indicate na they have the same modus operandi and they have the same intention to include mga love scam, mga cryptocurrency scamming, and other related crimes. Kasi di naman po yan manggagawa sa 300 square meter na office building po, no? So I think this is just another point of parallelism between the two. And then one more thing, Mr. Chair, Committee Secretary, yung next picture po, please, yung mansion. Ms. Ong, Mr. Chair, is this image familiar to you po?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Can you explain to us ano po yung nakikita natin sa picture? Nakita mo naman po, is that your house?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Ito yung mansion po ninyo sa Porac?
Opo.
Mr. Chair, can we, for everyone to see, can we have the picture again? Miss Ong, gano'ng kalaki po yung inyong property dito? Tama po ba? That's like a little massage house in the middle of the lake behind the bigger mansion proper. Tama po ba, Miss Ong?
Lahat po yan bahay po. Wala pong massage.
Wala massage. Yung gitna. So
Yes,
lahat
po.
yan bahay. So yung gitna.
Opo.
So gano'ng kalaki po itong property nyo?
Yung lot po is around 3 hectares po.
3 hectares yung lot. And
Yes,
all
po.
of this at the tender age of 24. Would you care to substantiate how you made your money out of this? Lahat po yan na-inherit po ba, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right
You
po.
invoke your right.
Pasensya na po
Of course.
kasi meron pong kinasa sa akin.
Kasi nga po, kahit yung reasoning na binigay mo last time na 35 million per month, hindi rin yun tama eh. Kasi at 35 million per month na you would make out of the 70,000 hectares that you were renting out, that's only still just 35 million, which wouldn't account for the billions of worth. Sabi niyo po, wala po kayong inutang to make yung phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, not including itong mansion po ninyo. Because the truth of the matter is, based on the reports, if we're to believe, this is actually bahay ni Mr. Duan Renwu. Hindi naman po ito sa'yo. You're going to invoke your right or you're going to deny it, that's fine, Miss Ong. But I'm just presenting it for the facts that the unbelievable story of rags to riches at 24 through inheritance from your mom, based on nothing more than the right connections at the right time, parang sobrang unbelievable po. We are more inclined to believe these parallel operations in which at the center is Duan Renwu and everyone else going up. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll conclude na po yung kay Ms. Ong, kay Ms. Gu. I'd like to go on po as we go up with the ladder kay Mr. Yang. Thank you, Committee Secretary, for the picture.
Yes. Mr. Chair, I just have a question, just out of curiosity, if I may.
With the indulgence of
Yeah, with
Congressman.
the indulgence of Congressman Gutierrez. Comsec, pwede mo ba maibalik ulit yung bahay nung ni Ms. Cassy Ong? Ms. Cassy, pwede niyo po bang sabihin niyo kung tama po yung pagkaunawa ko dito sa litrato? So meron pong lake at yung bahay po ninyo ay yung nasa gitna. Tama po ba yun? Can you go back? Yung bahay po, yung bahay, Comsec. Yung bahay, Comsec.
Prior picture, please.
Yan. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes?
Yes po. Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So yung bahay po, ano po yung nasa gitna ng lake?
Bahay po.
Tapos ito pong nandito sa may bandang baba.
Bahay din po, Mr. Chair.
Oh, so you have a house within a house? Tapos yung nandun po sa ibabaw niya na parang kulay puti na I don't know how you describe it. Parang ano ba yan? Is that also a body of water?
Garden po yan, Mr. Chair.
Garden. Okay. Itong lake po ito is man-made or natural?
Can I consult my lawyer po?
No, I mean, it's actually whether it's
Man Lake po, Mr. Chair.
huh?
Man Lake po.
Man-made. Man-made. Gano'ng kalalim po yung lake?
Hindi ko po sure, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to figure out kasi yung figures na binanggit ni Kong Rods. At medyo kinakwenta ko po kung magkano aabutin to kasi kung man-made po yan, Chairman, at kung gaano kalalim at yung lawak, tapos nice to live there, huh? Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I agree with the good Deputy Speaker. Kaya nga po yung punto na natin doon, yung 35 million nga, kulang na po yun for phase 1, 2, and 3 of Whirlwind. Paano pa kaya yung 3-hectare lot with mansion na pinakita po natin? But anyway, the bright side to this, with the efforts of the Quadcom, I believe the proper cases have been filed against the parties. So we can leave po yung parallel operations on the ground. Doon na lang po yun. We leave it to our good partners and service executive branch. But yeah, moving on, Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask now si Mr. Yang. So, Mr. Yang, magandang gabi po. Mr. Yang, kayo po ay nakakapagsalita ng Tagalog, English?
Kunti, marunong.
Konti marunong. Pero conversational, halimbawa pag may mga events po kayo na you can have conversation, pwede po kayo makipag-usap sa mga tao. Pag may dinner, mga ganun. Hindi po
I think
talaga.
it's better you using English. Yeah, it's better.
Better using English. Okay. Mr. Yang, good evening. So you can speak better in English. Are you able to have a casual conversation in English?
Yeah, actually, I am the interpreters.
You're the interpreter right now. But my question stands. Is he able to have a casual conversation in English, Mr. Chair? No casual conversation. Mr. Chair, can we, through the Secretariat, can we have my next 3 photos, please?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair. Point of inquiry lang, Mr. Chair. Would it be possible to ask the translator to speak into the mic when he tries to translate to Mr. Yang so that we can also hear?
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The first photo, please. Yung una. Is that the first? Okay. Mr. Yang, through the Honorable Chairman, is that you in the picture?
就是他问你在图片里面那个是不是你？是不是？Yeah, it's
It is. Do you recall Do you recall what event was transpiring here?
就是他问你在这里是举行了什么活动啊，还是就是干嘛的？
当时那个三家钢铁厂给 PPT 里面签那个租那个地，租地的。
Okay. I think it's during some rentals for the place. Yep.
I'm sorry again, Mr. Chair.
开挖区吧，开挖区。PPT
It's for rentals for the DPTs. The ones.
开挖区吧，开挖区，经济开挖区，经济开发区哦，经济开发区。
Mr. Chairman, point of clarification lang, Mr. Chairman.
With the indulgence of Congressman Gutierrez.
Yeah, with the indulgence of Congressman Raj. I believe the translator is the son of Michael Yang. Are you the son of Michael? Oh, Tony Yang? You're not the
Actually,
son.
no. I come from Pao.
What is your... you're from PAO. So you're the translator of the PAO, not of Tony Yang. Sige, you can proceed. Thank you so much.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Chair Dan. Can we proceed? So can we have a clarification? What was the event?
Okay. Which one? This one?
Yeah, that event.
Okay. Actually, I think how do we process like maybe he will rent us the place and then for
He was renting a place.
Yeah.
So is it right to say this was a signing of a memorandum of agreement?
Yeah.
How can we ask him? Is this the signing of a memorandum of agreement with Vividec?
That's right. This renter I think he does the place of his.
Mr. Chair, can we ask Mr. Yang to point kung sino po dyan yung translator niya? Can Mr. Yang point to us who in that picture is his translator?
In that particular event.
Don't have any translator inside.
No translator, Mr. Chair. So how would you converse with these people who you're having a deal with?
I think she has a translator, but the translator is not in the pictures.
In the picture. Okay. Mr. Chair, can we have the next photo, please? Mr. Chair, we have here a picture of a private meeting of Mr. Yang and the ex-PNP chief. Can you point to us, Mr. Yang, of sino po dito, who here is your translator?
OK，他就是问你，在这里面哪一个是你的翻译
这里面有你我的翻译。
？Yeah, it's not inside the pictures. Don't have any.
What, you have a translator
Yeah,
in that
don't have-
meeting?
Yeah,
But does he have a translator during the
he
meeting?
have a translator, but the translator is not in the pictures. Yeah.
Okay. Next picture, please. I believe this is an event in CDO. Mr. Yang, do you recall this event?
就是这个的话，你是参加什么活动还是什么的？还是
这张应该是我忘记了，应该是在甲街参加一个那个活动，我们那个会，我们商会里面我一起去。
Okay.
But I think it's already long time ago, and then he's not remember well, and then yeah, it's okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To refresh yourself, this is, I don't know how you could forget this. This is a dinner with the president in CDO. Can you point, Mr. Yang, who is your translator in this photo?
OK，就是他想让你指一下哪一个是你的翻译。
Mr. Chair, this is not a post photo. There was no opportunity siguro for the translator to be told to step aside. You could be seen you're having dinner. This is very conversational. Surely your translator must be here, Mr. Yang.
I didn't see the translator.
No translator. I have difficulty believing after how many years in the Philippines that you are unable to carry a conversation. As the pictures have provided, I believe that you, Mr. Yang, are able to speak Tagalog, Bisaya, or English, one of those languages in which you could talk with all of these people you're having meetings with.
OK，就是他意思是说你在这里生存了差不多20几年嘛，然后就是说你肯定懂一些大家乐语或者是英文之类的，不然的话你要在这里怎么生存，怎么去跟他们沟通？
就是那个一般的，就是可以这个听会听，有些说就是说不准。
Okay, I think he explained it. He can just listen some Tagalog, but just Kontilang, and then maybe if he want to speak, just Kontilang too. Yeah, but for hearing, it's okay for that. Yeah, maybe he will understand it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have no way to prove that na po, no? So we'll just take what he said for granted, but I just want it on the record that these photos show no translators on. Before I proceed with my questions of Mr. Yang, I'd just like to inform Ms. Ong that your boyfriend's birthday is February 7. You might want to remember your boyfriend of 4 years, yung birthday niya, Feb 7. Malapit po sa Valentine's. So, Mr. Chair, proceeding back again with Mr. Yang. So, inaamin nyo, you admit that you are a Chinese citizen hailing from the Fujian province.
哦，他问你是中国籍的，是福建，你的家乡在福建是吧
是。
？Yes.
And you, Mr. Yang, you are brothers with Yang Hongming, also known as Michael Yang.
就是你是杨洪明的哥哥和麦克样的哥哥是吧？兄弟。
是。
Yeah.
And you are also brothers with Yang Hongjiang, is that correct?
就是杨洪江也是你的兄弟是吗
对。
？Yes, right.
Mr. Chair, can Mr. Yang tell us where his brothers are now?
就是他问你，就是说问你的兄弟都在哪里？现在目前是在哪里？
我上就是听他们说，杨红英说是在泰国，他有一天就是我跟杨红英都没有联系，有一天他有打电话过来问我这边怎么问我。 就是打电话过来嘛，我问他在哪里，他说他在泰国，
在泰国是吧？
哦，在泰国，好像是在泰国。
Okay, maybe in Thailand, and then when some days the brother is calling him and then ask for, maybe for how is good or anything, and then he say it's in Thailand that times.
So, Mr. Chair, you're still in close contact with your brothers. This is both Michael Yang and Hong Jiang.
你还有跟他们保持很亲密的联系吗？
没有，我一起来菲律宾，我就跟杨洪明都跟杨洪明都没什么联系。
Okay, actually when he in Philippines here, after in Philippines, and then I think the relations is not good, and then it's less for contacts. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, in that case, Mr. Chair, one more question on Michael Yang. You must be aware of the allegations that Michael Yang is related to Pharmaly Pharmaceutical Company. In fact, he was the financer. Are you aware of that, Mr. Yang, through the Honorable Chairman?
就是他问你知道，就是你们现在sorry, come again the questions. Oh, disconnecting. Okay. 就是他问你现在Michael Yang 还有继续跟你们家人保持联系，还是怎么样的？
这个我就不知道了，因为我很少跟他我们一起过来菲律宾嘛，我跟他关系都不太好，都一起没什么联系。
Oh, I think it's less for contacts and then don't have any idea for that.
No idea about
Yeah,
Pharmaly,
yeah.
the big scandal a few years back.
Yeah, maybe not good for relationship. That's why don't have any idea for that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, can we ask Mr. Yang, the relationship soured after he left the Philippines. What year would that be?
就是他问你什么时候 in Philippines, what year then? Oh, okay, in which year? 就是他问你就是在什么时候开始对就是跟你的兄弟的关系没那么好，就什么时候开始的？
应该在
03或04年。
后就开
I think it's around in the 2003 or 2004 the times.
Mr. Chair, sorry, to clarify, my question was, when did his brother leave the Philippines? And when was
when?
that the relationship soured? Because if I understand the testimony earlier, ang sabi niya po, what he said was that his relationship soured when the brother left the Philippines.
Okay, no, okay.
Sorry, so maybe you can ask Mr. Yang, when did Michael Yang leave the Philippines?
When the Michael Yang is in. 他问你 Michael Yang 是什么时候过来菲律宾的？
他比我早过来，但是我也不知道他什么时候过来。比我早有4、5年还是。
Okay, I think it's before then the brothers is in Philippines, but it's not remember well when Michael Yang is arriving in Philippines here.
Sorry, the question wasn't arrived, but maybe it's very difficult na. Just
Yeah, I think so.
还有翻译是吧？
Mr. Chair, if I may, I was informed that the official translator of the House has arrived, Miss Caroline. So she's a Filipino Chinese. I guess the conversation interpretation will be much better.
So, she's the new interpreter.
I was informed by the Secretariat, Mr. Chair, that she is the officially designated translator of the Quadcom for this purpose.
Okay. As I was hoping that she could help us translate it, what the translator is saying. Thank you for coming here.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Congressman
I think
Fernandez.
Tony Yang understand what we're talking about. You laugh.
Now we don't understand.
Hindi na, hindi
Okay, Mr. Chairman, before we proceed, may I ask Attorney Casio, I hope you, with the indulgence of our members now, Dr. Casio, your group apprehended Tony Yang, am I right?
This was a joint operation with the
Yes,
Bureau of
I know.
Immigration, Your Honor.
But during the apprehension, you were talking with Tony Yang, am I correct?
Not necessarily the Bureau of Immigration agents grant him his rights, Your Honor.
So, nagkakausap sila? Narinig niya nag-uusap sila?
Yes, sir, I was there.
So, nakakapagsalita siya ng Tagalog? Naiintindihan niya Tagalog?
Tumatango po siya, yes, yes.
So, we don't need to interpret anymore. Kung naiintindihan ni Tony yan. Ikaw, intindihan aming salita? Oo. Naiintindihan mo kasi sumasagot ka eh. Di ba kanina when we were talking, I noticed lang ha, Tony Yang. Tony Yang, makinig ka. Makinig ka. Kasi kanina lang, may joke si si chairman eh, and you laugh.
刚才我们的主席
alam mo, Tony, ako, artista ako eh. I know who's acting or not eh. Ha? Tony, makinig ka sa akin.
Oo.
Naiintindihan kita. Naiintindihan mo ako, di ba?
Kunti.
Konti. Okay. So, yung mga salita namin, naiintindihan mo, tumatawa ka, smile ka, sumisimangot ka. Di ba? Kita namin eh. Di ba? And we will be reminding you. Remind namin ikaw. Pag ikaw, hindi sabi totoo dito, ikaw, contempt, kulong dito. Ha? Oh, yan. Naiintindihan niyo yun. Naiintindihan mo. Huwag mo na kami pahirapan para mabubilis yung communication. Mr. Tony Yang, we're not here to pin you down. You just tell the truth. When we heard you talking in the Senate, I heard you. Oo, naiintindihan mo eh. Sinasabi mo lahat eh. Sinasabi mo lahat. Open ka. So there's no more denying of trying to translate anything anymore. Huwag ka na mag-translator. Intindi mo lang, kumuha ka lang hindi. Ask your lawyer, okay? Intindi?
哎，那个我听不清楚。
OK，他们说你只要说出真相，然后其实你不用那个翻译来帮你翻译的，因为你能听得懂他们在说什么，所以你只要回答是还是不是，然后你可以问你的律师，这样就可以吗？
我真的很多听不懂。
There are a lot of things that I cannot understand.
Kasi Tony, 21 years ka, 2001 ka pa dito. 24 years ka nang nakatira dito. Imposibleng hindi mo naiintindihan ang mga sinasabi namin. Di ba? 24 years ka na. Gusto mo sabihin ko kung ano yung flight number ng aeroplano na sinakyan mo dito together with your brother, Ho Jing Yang. Sabay kayo, di ba? Nakasakay sa aeroplano, dumating dito sa Pilipinas. Tama, mali? Tama? Ang galing nito. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Watch, kindly wrap up, please.
Okay, sige, Mr. Chair. Well, siguro I'll just conclude na lang po with the question on the brothers. Now that we have a proper translator, I'm hoping. Mr. Chair, I'd like to repeat the question earlier. Mr. Chair, Mr. Yang, your brother Michael Yang, what year did he leave the... when did your relation sour with Michael Yang?
OK，请问一下，你跟您大哥的弟弟呢？你跟弟弟的关系什么时候就是开始没有那么好？
在我来菲律宾呢，我过来菲律宾呢，差不多3、4年，我们就很少，就关系都不太好。
Okay, so I have come here to the Philippines for around 30 years, and from that time, our relationship is not that good already.
30 years, but you have businesses with your brothers, Michael and Hong Chang. Is that correct, Mr. Yang, Mr. Chair?
但是您跟你的兄弟有开业，这是对吗？
还有什么？
开业，跟他们一起开业，
没有啊。
没有开公司吗
没有他们做他们的，我做。
？No, I don't have any partnership or company together with them. I only do my own business, and they do their own business.
Can you explain to us your relation with Michael and Hong Chang in relation to the Yangtze group of companies?
能不能跟我们解释一下你跟您弟弟还有红厂的关系？就是根据这个杨子的公司，杨子。
Yes, I believe there's Yangtze Group Trade Co., Yangtze River Economy United Development, Yangtze Pharmaceutical Group, Yangtze River International Group, HK Yangtze Group International, Yangtze River Pharmaceutical Group, Yangtze Rice Mill. I think you like the word Yangtze.
这个杨子的公司有很多集团，对吧？那
没有，不是。
不是吗？ 因为这些都是跟他们一起开业，对吧
不是不是，
？No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Not
No.
involved. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Going back, Mr. Chair, to your birth certificate. You admitted that this was not authentic.
OK，关于你的出生证，你承认过，这个出生证不是真的，对吧
对对，
？Yes, I admitted that it's not authentic.
Mr. Chair, can you care to explain what are the circumstances surrounding your birth? How did you acquire a PSA certificate?
请问一下，你是如何得到这个出生证呢？
我过来菲律宾应该，我过来菲律宾应该差不多2、3年，我爷爷弄来给我的。
So when I went to the Philippines,
外公。
Okay, when I went to the Philippines around after 2 to 3 years that I came to the Philippines, it was my grandfather, specifically my maternal grandfather, who helped me come up with this birth certificate.
And you acquired this birth certificate to, I would assume, facilitate your purchase of businesses and land in the Philippines?
所以你有了这个出生证，就是为了对你开业比较方便，对吧？
对，当时我爷爷给我说，就是给我做这个，我想他有给我说以后就是可以长期在菲律宾发展，可以做那个新型营业执照，可以买房子这样。
Okay. So during that time, it was my grandfather's plan or maybe decision, so that if I plan to open up a business here or to develop here in the Philippines for the long term, I would be able to use this. And also, for example, if I want to buy some lands or properties, and also to gain some business permit, I would be able to use this birth certificate.
Mr. Chair, at the time that you acquired this PSA birth cert fraudulently, you were 34 years old, is that correct?
当时你获得这个出生证，你是34岁，对吧？
我忘记了，反正我到家园差不多应该是大概3、4年，我爷爷弄给我，反正那么久了，我也大概应该是我去那边2、3年还是3、4年，大概2、3年。
Okay. So I have actually forgotten my exact age when I got that birth certificate. But what I know is that it was around 2 to 3 years that I came here to the Philippines that I was able to get that birth certificate.
Yes. Well, based on records, if it's to believe, you fraudulently acquired and registered your birth at the age of 34. So at that time, you were already of legal age, and your maternal grandfather, couldn't have coerced you. You acquired a fraudulent birth certificate of your own volition, Mr. Chair.
OK， 当时你已经34岁了，所以你有这个权利为自己做出决定。比如说，你知道这个出生证是假的，所以你可以就是为自己这个出生证而愿意还是不愿意做出这个出生证。
当时我过来这边刚开始我会什么都不会说吧，但是我外公自己的亲人他弄这个，他帮我弄这个，我想他是想我在这边就是可以长期在菲律宾发展下去吧，应该是也是为我好吧
Yes, because I do not know how to speak English, so I am not aware of what will happen with the birth certificate. But what I know is that it must be my grandfather's decision to get me the birth certificate, and because he's thinking that I could develop long term here in the Philippines.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a final question before I yield to other interpellators. Are you aware of Filipinas 168 Shopping Mall Inc. in
168 Shopping Mall. 请问你对这个168的商场很熟吗？168商场，你不知道？
我不熟，不 知道。
I'm not very aware of it.
It would show in the records that Tony Yang, Antonio M. Lim, and Yang Hongjiang are incorporators.
在我们的记录这些记录里面说出 Antonio M. Lim 还有这个杨洪奖，他们都是业主，或是他们都是这些的领导总经理。
谢谢。我也不大清楚会不会熟悉的，包他们也不是在树木啊，树木会不会他有一个商场，好像叫68还是什么，我不大记得。反正他们有弄商场。
So I'm not aware of this 168. Maybe it is a mall in Cebu. There's a number like 168. So I'm not really very clear about it.
Actually, it was incorporated in Davao. But anyway, I'll ask one more corporation. Is Mr. Yang aware of Yisan Fa Development Corp, in which Antonio Lim, Yang Hongming, and Yang Hongjiang are all incorporators?
再问你一个关于这个E3发这个集团，这里有说，他们的业主都是杨洪明先生还有杨洪佳先生。
杨洪明、杨洪佳。
对。
那我不知道，我真的不知道他们这些公司怎么样。
I really don't know this company. No, I don't know.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I had a few more questions, but in the interest of time, I'll just mention it for the record and that maybe we can verify at a later time. In addition to these two companies mentioned, and of course the Yangtze Group, I believe we have the papers for that, but we'll just produce it in a later time. I'd also like to mention that his name appears for DCLA Plaza, KSM Shopping Co., and Yesan Fe Development Corp. So it's very difficult to be questioning this witness, Mr. Chair, given that it's either he is choosing outright to lie or he is feigning it behind this language barrier. But that's just a manifestation. With that, Mr. Chair, I will yield to other interpellators. Thank you very much, Mr. Yang. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Can you relay to him what Congressman Gutierrez said?
OK，他刚才说的就是，其实你名下的集团还有很多，例如有这个 TCLA， 还有 KSM， 还有这个E3发，但是，如果你不说你不是这里的业主，那我们没办法，就是来证明。那不知道你是不是说出真相，还是只是在假装不知道这些公司？
真的不知道，真的不知道。
I really don't know them. I really don't know.
Okay, thank you. So the next to interpellate is Congressman Lordan Suwan, the representative from Cagayan de Oro City. You're recognized. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May we ask the COMSEC to show the certification of the probity checker? There was a certification issued to Ms. Cassandra Ong stating that Lucky South 99, a company accused of human trafficking and other criminal activities, underwent property checking. And this was from PAGCOR OGLD received on January 1, 2024. Can we show it on the screen? So last Quadcom hearing, I asked PAGCOR if those who underwent probity checking were actually legal POGOs, and they said that all of those were given the certification were legal, and those that were passed through were the illegal ones. So my question is, how come Lucky South 99 was given a certification from our property checkers? May I ask PAGCOR, please?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Brigadier General Villanueva, the SBP for Security and Monitoring Cluster of PAGCOR. Your Honor, to answer your question, the probity check certificate is only one of the requirements in their application. But during the course of their application, since some of these documents have not yet been submitted to us, we coordinated already to the law enforcement agencies because we suspect that something illegal is happening inside a big compound, which is not the registered or the location or the address that they applied for.
I don't understand, sir. So you're saying that you issued the certification, or you mean the probity checkers issued the certification for Lucky South 99, but they were still able to operate illegally? So there were other buildings which were not checked?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Actually, the exact location of their application is very different from the one that was raided, sir. The one that was raided composed of at least 42 buildings. Hindi po yun, sir, yung in-apply nila. Kasi yung dati nilang Lucky South outsourcing company, iba yung location niya, sir, physically.
Okay, so you're saying that that's the reason why they were able to pass the probity check, because the site in the location was there was no illegal activity in that site, but in the different sites where they conducted their illegal activities, the probity checkers were not able to check them.
Yes, sir. The probity check was when they were applying for a license, a renewal of license. This is one of the requirements, sir. But during the course of the inspection of our monitoring team, that building, the specific building na in-applyan nila, sir, walang activity. So nagsuspect kami parang ginawa lang siyang front.
Then why did the probity checkers issue this certification if they found nothing there? They shouldn't have issued the certification in the first place, and they should have looked for other places which could have been the areas where they were actually conducting their activities.
Sir, the probity checking includes only the checking of the incorporators, not the actual office building.
So there is another group which examines the actual office building. May I know what the name of this group is?
We have, sir, for PAGCOR, we have the PAGCOR monitoring team, which is under my shop.
So you're saying that after granting accreditation or license to operate, the PAGCOR monitoring team conducts site inspections?
Your Honor, we did not, we denied the application for renewal of license because of some illegal activities that we suspect that these are connected to the bigger, it's like a hub, which is located also near the, supposed to be the building that they applied for.
Let's go back to the probity checkers, because I'm still bothered why Lucky South 99 was able to get the certification. So what are the checking mechanisms used by the checkers, or what are the parameters which the checkers operate to ascertain the honesty and integrity of the applicant company? And were they able to find out that the incorporators of Lucky South 99 might have been involved in illegal activities either here in the Philippines or outside the country?
Mr. Chair, may I ask Attorney Lobo of the Offshore Gaming Licensing Division to answer the question.
Your Honor, to put clarity, the probity checking or probity checker issued to Lucky South 99 is limited to the incorporator during the application process. So meaning po, Your Honor, wala pa po siyang operation. We're talking about the certification na minensya na. Doon sa renewal, wala pa siyang probity checking. So you're saying that when the property checker issued the certification, the company wasn't formed yet. It was still applying. No, sir. The company is not yet in operation at that time. Technically, nag-a-apply pa lang sila ng license sa atin. Thus, wala pa silang operation. Ang probity check is limited doon sa mga documents na submitted sa kanila, such as yung identification, financial capacity, and other criminal records, if any. Were any of the incorporators of the applicant, Lucky South 99, involved in criminal activities, whether here in the Philippines or outside?
Your Honor, during the property check, none. Yun yung
None?
Yes, sir.
So, how did Lucky South 99 go through the PAGCOR monitoring team if the PAGCOR monitoring team were conducting site inspections? And may I know how they conducted the inspections? Who were the inspectors and what was the result of the inspection?
Your Honor, as early as August 2023, continuous yung inspection ng namin dyan, ng PAGCOR monitoring team, at least twice a week on the average. And then hanggang October, nag-expired na yung license niya. So, yung physical location nung pogong yon is very different from the other building. Kaya lang nai-report namin sa mga law enforcement agencies yung malalaking building na yun, sir. Kasi one time, yung PMT ko, pina-check ko yung malaking grupong, yung malaking mga locations na yon. Pagdating nila doon sa may gate, hinabol sila ng mga armado. That's why, na-coordinate na ako sa law enforcement agency. And I recommended to the board to not to renew the license of Lucky South.
With respect, sir, I still think there is a problem with your monitoring, considering that you're not able, if you say that you're only able to inspect the area where they should have been, and they're able to get away with illegal activities, then there is something wrong with your monitoring, because you still are not monitoring the place where you should have watched.
Your Honor, if pertaining to Lucky South license was issued to Thai Court building, which is different to the one that was traded, yung merong mga illegal activities. Ang minomonitor po ni PAGCOR at ng aming PAGCOR inspection team or monitoring team is yung license. Stress lang po namin na ang aming license is site-specific, meaning doon lang siya pwede magkaroon ng operation, doon lang yung license, doon lang yung registered ni PAGCOR. Yung pong na-raid sa PORAC is hindi po license ni PAGCOR, hindi registered kay PAGCOR, at hindi po under kay PAGCOR.
So yung na-rate po, there was no license in it, there was no documentary paper trail regarding
Yes,
that?
Your Honor. Hindi po siya licensed kay PAGCOR, hindi po registered yung site na yun kay PAGCOR.
Okay. Anyway, we can talk about it in the next hearing. So to Miss Cassandra Ong, what is your connection with Lucky South 99?
Mr. Chair, sorry po, I invoke my right against self-incrimination dahil may final na po na trafficking po sa akin.
Do you know that you were issued a certification by the probity checker? Would you know?
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right po. Pasensya na po. May final po silang trafficking sa akin.
Okay. Because Mr. Chair, I'm still concerned that despite our security measures for PAGCOR, why did people with criminal records pass through our inspections? And there might be some holes in the way that we inspect these sites because optimally they should really be found and they should be the ones that are inspected. Anyway, another question, sir, for PAGCOR. When did Oro One Incorporated apply for a license to become a service provider?
Your Honor, Oro One was given a license last 2019.
Did Oro One pass through probity checking? Sir?
Oro One license was given February 27, 2019. For the probity checking, sir, I will have to check now. I'll undertake to give the details, sir.
Is it correct that the president of Oro One is Mr. Tony Yang?
Based on our record, it's Antonio Lim, sir.
So Antonio Lim is the same person as Tony Yang, right? Is Antonio Lim the same person as Tony Yang?
Sir, based on our records, it's Antonio Lim.
Okay. Based on their application submitted to PAGCOR, what was the percentage share of Tony Yang or Antonio Lim in Oro One? Anyway, I'll just get the information later on. So, would you know the real name of Tony Yang, PAGCOR? Or Antonio Lim, rather?
Based on our record, it's Antonio Maestrado Lim, sir.
May I ask Mr. Tony Yang what his real name is?
请问你真正的名字是什么？
我中国那边就是叫杨建新，菲律宾的叫 Antonio Lim。
My Chinese name is Yang Jianxin, and my Philippine name is Antonio Lim.
Okay, thank you. PAGCOR, did you know that Tony Yang is not a Filipino? Was it disclosed in their application for Oro One?
Antonio Lim, based on our record, is a Chinese citizen, Your Honor.
So during his application, the property checkers saw that the nationality of Antonio Lim was Chinese.
No, Your Honor. Based on the submitted personal disclosure sheet by Mr. Antonio Lim, it was stated that he was a Chinese citizen.
Yes, so that was what the property checkers saw during their authentication of the identity of the applicant.
Sir, for the property checking result, I will have to get back into you, sir.
Okay. If Antonio Lim is not a Filipino and he was the majority shareholder of that company, may I know, based on the documents submitted, how many shares in Oro One are owned by Filipinos? Was it majority share or minority?
Your Honor, sorry, can you repeat the question, sir?
Anyway, I'd like to go to another topic, which I think is more important. So, this is question also for PAGCOR. As a PAGCOR licensed service provider, Oro One was engaged by a foreign-based licensee, right?
One is a service provider of Seanway.
Of Seanway Technology.
Yes, sir.
So that's the foreign-based licensee of Oro One, Seanway. Did Oro One submit its foreign-based licensees' name, owners, and officers to PAGCOR?
Sir, One is a service provider of Seanway.
The Seanway is the foreign-based licensee, right?
Seanway is the POGO licensee at that time, sir.
POGO licensee here in the Philippines.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you mean by service provider as compared to POGO licensee?
Sir, One, in their accreditation, they are classified as business process outsourcing. So meaning, siya yung call center ni Seanway na nag-a-act as call center ni Seanway.
Okay. So in the documents of Seanway Technology, which I assume you also have, who were the declared owners and officers of Seanway? Or is it true that Lin Wei Xiong is one of the owners or officers of Seanway?
Your Honor, we'll have to check on that.
Lin Wei Xiong or Alan Lim? Is that the same one, BS? Lin Wei Xiong, I think I remember from your...
Based on the matrix, I think we can also forward the same question to Dr. Winston Casio of the PAO, Congressman Suan.
Sir, is it true that Lin Wei Xiong is one of the owners of Seanway?
Yes, sir.
Is that the same Lin Wei? Is Lin Wei Xiong also Alan Lim?
Based on records and results of our investigations, affirmative.
They are one and the same.
Yes, sir.
Is it true that Lin Wei Xiong and his wife, Rose Nono Lin, were the president and chairman of Seanway?
Based on records, sir, affirmative.
And is this the same Lin Wei Xiong who is involved in the Parmali case?
As alleged, Mr. Chair, yes.
Okay. May I ask anyone from the PNP if they have information on whether Lin Wei Xiong was linked to narcotics in 2017? PNP or PDEA?
Pidea?
Your Honor, the name of Win Lei Xiong or Alan Lin is being mentioned in narcotics records.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, Dr. Casio, is Lin Wei Xiong a Chinese national?
We could not affirm nor deny that at this point. But yes, there are allegations as to his actual nationality, sir.
Is he still here in the Philippines?
We have no information to that effect, sir.
Is Lin Wei Xiong married to a Filipina named Rose Nono Lin, who was also summoned to the Senate for the Parmali scandal?
Based on what is alleged and on public record, sir, yes.
Okay. So did the wife of Lin Wei Xiong, Miss Rose Nono Lin, run for a congressional seat in Quezon City?
Yes, sir, that is my home district, the 5th district of Quezon City.